What's up, guys? Mustafa the Cardano guy here, and I've got another video for you. It's my secret strategy to Cardano mastery. But before we get started, be sure to follow me over on Twitter. I'm posting content there daily and up-to-the-minute information on Cardano. Stay tuned to the end of this video for a bonus. I think you're really going to like it. It's going to wrap up this entire video for you perfectly, and it's going to help you out tremendously. So be sure to stay to the end of the video to get this bonus. So my strategy to Cardano mastery. Why did I create this video? It's really hard now to keep track of everything that's going on in the Cardano ecosystem. In order to master Cardano, you should really understand the ecosystem and what's going on in each part of it, right? There are over 900 projects building on Cardano now. NFTs, metaverse, DeFi, wallets, side chains, etc., etc. 3,000 stake pools, 37 million transactions occurred on the Cardano blockchain since its inception. We have over 700,000 members on just on the Reddit community alone. That's not including Twitter and YouTube and everything else. 16 exchange listings now for Cardano, not including all the new DeFi pairs that are coming out since Cardano now has DeFi and it's flourishing. 45,000 Catalyst wallets voting. 45,000 wallets now are eligible to use the Cardano governance system called Catalyst for voting on proposals and CIPs. Cardano is growing very rapidly in every single category. It's unbelievable, and it's overwhelming how hard it is to keep up with everything. There's over $1 billion in the treasury. We've got the Milkamada sidechain that just launched. We've got Hypercycle in our sites. Down the road, Ben Goertzel's Singularity Net is coming out with an AI sidechain, and more and more and more. This stuff it's endless, and it's growing exponentially, right? And I'm not talking about just the price of ADA or the price of Cardano. I'm talking about the ecosystem is growing exponentially. Let me show you a little mental model that I designed here just before I created this video, just to show you the scope of, this is probably just scratching the surface. This is probably not even that exhaustive, but you can see just here alone, these are all the different avenues of Cardano these are all different rabbit holes that you can go down. And it's just unbelievable how much there is on Cardano. NFTs and gaming, DeFi, incubators and startups, blockchain development, Cardano-based protocols and sidechains, rivals and competitors, different founders, African initiative, social sphere. That's all the different social platforms that are, Cardano's communities are on. Decentralized identity, Atala Prism, etc. Governance, consensus, accounting, programmability. You can talk about just the price of ADA for days and days and days. Core organizations. We have IOHK, Emergo, Cardano Foundation, and then you can see that these go even further. Blockchain tools and wallets. We have all these different bridges that are coming out. So how does one master all this? How do you get a grasp on all of these different things? I mean, look, just on protocols and side chains, you have probably like in the hundreds of different protocols that are coming out now, from Milkamada to Cody, AdaPay, Singularity Net, World Mobile. There's DeFi protocols like Meld, Ardana, Genius Shield, Aland, Liquid Finance, and so on, et cetera, et cetera. It's endless. And these could go even a layer deeper, and maybe even another layer deeper. It's endless. So you need a strategy to manage all this. And this is what I'm going to share with you. And at the end of this video, I'm going to give you something that's really going to help you out. If that's not enough for you, there's dozens of information sources you can keep track of, from news and social media and original research. And it's just overwhelming, right? We've got information that drives the price of Cardano that's coming out on a moment by moment basis. We've got information on new protocols that are coming out and airdrops. And like, if you miss one of these airdrops, like it could be worth 5 figures. Like I missed an airdrop. I'm not going to say which one. Like I missed it by like this close, right? I would have, been probably 5 figures in terms of dollars more richer now had I not missed it by a day, right? And this is something that like after that experience, well, like I missed like this huge airdrop, I was like, no more. Like I'm staying on top of everything. I'm not missing anything. So I came up with this strategy, and I'm going to share this strategy with you and how you can basically never miss a beat with Cardano. The problem is that it can be very time consuming and it's very intensive. But if you do it in an organized way, it doesn't have to be that way. So where do you start? You start with primary sources. Okay, so you've got secondary sources, primary sources. The best primary source, in my opinion, is IOHK. Everything that IOHK is doing, you need to know up to the minute what IOHK is releasing. You should be following their blog, having alerts set up on their YouTube page. You need to be watching every Cardano 360 episode that comes out. You need to read every blog post. If you really want to master Cardano, you need to start reading the research papers that are coming out from IOHK. You need to follow Charles Hoskinson, and you need to watch all of his AMAs, his Twitter, and his blogs. Go to all the conferences and be sure to participate in Idea Scale. And if you just do these things, you can pretty much you can stop this video now and not need anything else, because this, in my opinion, is really the core of it, right? But I'm going to share with you some more sources of information that you can get information from. And then I'll show you strategy on how to actually manage all the information when it comes in. And at the end, I'm going to give you a bonus to help you with all that. So you have other primary sources you want to follow. You want to follow Cardano Blockchain Insights, and you want to see what's going on. Statistically, you want to quantify everything that's going on in the blockchain. Blockchain Insights does it for you. Check it every day. Very, very important. You can look at the Cardano Explorer, although that's really hard to, it's hard to manage all that information. So that's why the Blockchain Insights is good, because it takes all the data from the Explorer and it turns it into sort of like a visual format for you, a dashboard. And you have Cardano Foundation, Emergo. These two organizations are, Cardano sort of support Cardano in the sort of setting the standards for Cardano. Emergo helps with seeding companies and funding protocols to work with Cardano, and also to create partnerships. Like they recently announced their C fund with Wave Financial, $100 million DeFi fund just for Cardano, and that was an effort from Emergo. So good job to Ken and Emergo. You also, if you're interested in Cardano altcoins, this is going to open up a whole nother layer of information that you need to keep track of. You need to follow all the Discords, blogs, and social channels of the projects that you're interested in. So as you can see, this can become a full-time effort. Right? You can spend 8 hours a day, 12 hours a day on this if you want to. Like I actually do spend a good amount of my week going through all this, because I write content for Twitter. I write, as I think I showed you my Twitter page. I have 2,200 followers now. I've been writing since like around Christmas of 2021, and it's now almost Easter, and I've gotten over 2,000 followers in that time. And all I've been doing is reading content, reading information, and then translating that, sort of interpreting information. And then the thing that really helps is that the thing that has gotten me some traction on Twitter is that I've been able to post a lot of original content, and I've been able to really be one of the first people to share information when it comes out, because I'm on top of everything. So you'll be able to do that too if you do this. All right. And you also want to follow these secondary sources if you want to go another layer deeper. I wouldn't recommend to do these first. I would recommend you start with the primary sources, and then this other stuff is a rabbit hole, and it's a time suck, in my opinion. It doesn't give you the best information. It doesn't give you it's more or less like superficial stuff, right? So unless you're following very curated lists of people and you want to just ignore most of the noise, there's a lot of noise. So that, the difference between the signal and the noise, right? Going like primary sources on the side of the spectrum that's uh signal, and then as you go towards the secondary sources, you're going more towards noise, right? So secondary sources, if you're going to follow secondary sources, be sure to curate these, so you're not going down this endless, I don't want to get into it, right? So you have Twitter, curated a short list of people you can start with. Start with mine and then go to Ada Whale. I really like Ada Whale. You have Richard McCracken and Astro Boy Soup from Learn Cardano. You've got Bullish Dumpling. She's really into the catalyst in the community, and she's all about like community, right? So you really need to be in, if you want to be involved with the community and know what's going on. Bullish Dumpling. I like Daniel Friedman a lot. His content is really, it's a lot of humor. He's got a lot of good humorous content, but he's also like the leader in like a lot of areas like Cardano cousin projects. I was like UTXO Alliance projects and things like that. You've got Dan from CCV, and if you only care about price, then you follow Dan because that's what he does. And then from there, I like Twitter Spaces because it can actually really get into the ground level with the people and see what people are thinking and talking about, and that can like sort of lead you down different paths. But I wouldn't recommend this as a primary source. I recommend you go to the sources that I mentioned before first, and then these secondary sources are a great way to talk about what you learned and share. Reddit is a great source for news. So you've got our Cardano, stake pools, developers, explain it like I'm five. You've got NFTs. So Reddit is good for getting news, but it's not, it's a lot of like where the rumors are going to come. You're going to see a lot of the rumors on there first. But that doesn't necessarily constitute primary information, right? Because the rumors are coming out of primary information if they're true. So you've got forums. I like the forums, a little bit more on the technical side of things if you're into that. And then you've got blogs and sites. I like AdaPulse. They do some reviews of projects that are being talked about in Catalyst and things like that. But even AdaPulse is a secondary source. You're gonna find out about all the stuff that AdaPulse is talking about by going to Catalyst first. AdaPulse is just nice in that they curate it for you and they put it into a nice little article for you, so you're not going through all that. But I'm going to show you something at the end that's really going to wrap this all up for you. And then there's a new site coming out, which is called Essential Cardano, that's being released by IOHK. And it's sort of a wiki site for Cardano, and the community can go on there and curate and create content on there as well. So that's new. I think the beta comes out this month. I'll probably be writing about that on Twitter and posting about that. And I may start curating content on there as well. Don't waste your time with these sources. Masari Crypto, they are clueless when it comes to Cardano. They don't cover Cardano in their, 160-page annual report, even though Cardano is bigger than most of the other projects that they talk about, and is actually making a bigger impact than most of the projects that they're talking about. They have publicly stated that they're absolutely clueless on Cardano and they don't know anything about Cardano. And that's why they don't cover Cardano. So don't waste your time with them. Don't sign up for them. You can use them. They've got like a free service you can use, but I don't recommend their research service if you're interested in just Cardano stuff, right? If you want to talk about crypto in general, if you want to talk about VC, venture capital backed chains and things like that, then that's the place you want to go for that. Cardano Feed, I don't recommend them. Their content is kind of crappy, and I don't recommend it. It's a bit of a waste of time to go there. You have CoinDesk and Cointelegraph. okay, we all know what they're about, and they don't cover Cardano, and they don't really talk about Cardano very much on their websites either, and they just talk about whatever they want to talk about, but not necessarily what's important. And then they have, and then Google searching Cardano doesn't get you any results either, unless all you care about is um, people that write about the price went up today and the price went down today. If that's all you care about, then Google search is your friend. Then you have advanced level stuff. And I already mentioned this before, but if you want to go up to the big league, then you need to do this. You need to go to the Cardano, you need to sign up for Idea Scale, register to vote, and just become part of the community there. That's the big leagues. And then you want to sign up for the forum if you're interested in getting into more of a technical conversation. Then you have blockchain insights. That's very like that's pure. I like to say just like pure insights, like great stuff. You want to look at that every day. And of course, I mentioned before IOHK research. And if you really want to get a big brain, then you need to read the IOHK research. That'll take you to the next level, understanding blockchain and not just Cardano, but just the nature of blockchain. And it's incredible, the depth, the level of knowledge and understanding, and the lucidity that is expressed through these research papers. And there's nothing else like reading the IOHK research papers. There's nothing else in the industry like it. So highly recommend that. So how do you do all this, right? Here's a process simple process that I created for you, that you can follow step by step. So the first thing you want to do is find the best sources. I already told you what the best resources are, but you want to go and find the best resources and sort of compile them in a place where you can, like a spreadsheet where you can essentially go to that every day and see and select only the best sources, right? Sort and filter the information flow. So just because it's a primary source doesn't mean the information is that important. It just means that that's the first place that you're going to get information from the people that created the material. And so you want to sort and filter the best articles, and find the things that are the most important, and just each day you want to sort and filter the best content for that day and put it into a file or something that you can come back to later and read. So then when you read it, you can extract that data, you can extract the most important information, dates and what's this and what's that, keywords, new concepts, things like that are important to learn about. You can extract that, put that into a note-taking system, into either a written note-taking system or a digital note-taking system. We can talk about how I do it later, but this is just a general approach to it. And then you want to sort of compress that information and synthesize it. So you can create it into a format that's easy to search, easy to read. And then later you can retrieve it when you need it, right? If you're going to create content, or if you're going to, if you just simply want to be knowledgeable about it, you're going to want to, have repetitions on that information. So you need easy ways to retrieve that information. So that's a basic 6-step process. But as I promised, I was going to give you a bonus on this whole process. So as I recommended the Cardano 360 episodes, and not just the Cardano 360 episodes, but the IOHK content and Charles Hoskinson's content, that's the most important information. Okay. So what I have done here is I have created a regular program where I'm going to be releasing this information. I'm creating transcripts and summaries of Cardano 360, as well as IOHK's content and Charles Hoskinson's content as well. Because if you don't have a simplified way of following this process, if you're not doing this full time like I am, it takes a long time to go through the information and find the best content on this information, find like the most important details on it. So what I've done is I've created a transcript and summary where I've actually broken down the contents. I've created headlines for each of the contents, and I've made a clickable table of content. So you can jump straight to the piece of the content that you're interested in. Like, for example, if you just want to read Ben Goertzel's interview, for example, on March March's Cardano 360 update. You just click on it, and I've created this PDF where it's clickable. You just click on it and you just jump into the content. You could just read, the short few paragraphs on that, and you can go straight to what you want. It's in writing, so you can highlight, underline, whatever you need to do. You can print it out, take it with you to work or whatever. So you don't have to be sitting there trying to scrub through the video, finding all the, the points that you want to, and, trying to like take notes at the same time. Like I've already done that for you. I also do the same thing with Charles Hoskinson's AMA guide. I've already been doing that for my community on Twitter. But let me explain the motive behind all this, because you're probably wondering, like, what's the catch? Well, the catch is that I'm full-time crypto Cardano. I've invested basically my life savings into Cardano, not just financially, but also now all of my time and effort goes into this. So I need a way in order to monetize this. So I had an idea to create a membership program. Now I'm trying to beta test this idea to see how the community would respond to it, and see what kind of stuff people want, what kind of stuff people like, so that I can actually do what you want. I'm already doing this for myself. Now I just need to fine tune it for you to see what it is that the kind of content that you're into. So to get this bonus, first of all, you need to be following me on Twitter. And then you need to find the link somewhere around this video where you can actually fill out the form to sign up for the beta test of my membership program. I don't even have a name for it yet. Hopefully we can work on figuring out what to call it together, and sort of make this sort of a collaborative experience where everyone who joins the beta program will get all this content for free up until the main net. And then at that point, we might offer a special discount for people who want to stay on it, or if you don't want to stay on it, that's fine too. You'll still get my free content on YouTube and Twitter as well. So, but if you want sort of like insider information, and you want to have like me feeding you all the sort of the summaries, like what's the most important things you need to be keeping track of, all in one centralized place, well, this is the place you want to start. So you're going to receive 3 free Cardano 360 summaries. You're going to get access to my Charles Hoskinson AMA guide. I'm also going to be sharing sort of what I'm researching, what projects I'm interested in, and how I research. I'm going to teach you all the different things that I do, how I research before I invest. So, and how, if you guys want to even get into an investing conversation, that's another avenue we can go. But it's really going to be depending on the feedback that I get, like what is it that you guys want. So whoever signs up for it is really going to help shape this program. And, it's going to be free for the time being. But if you want to get access to that, you need to sign up for it. There's going to be a form somewhere. Make sure you find that form and sign up. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Here's the 6-step process again, if you want to look at it one more time. And make sure you go through this video and get all the resources that I mentioned, put them into a spreadsheet. And who knows, maybe if you sign up for this program, and maybe I'll share my systems with you, like share my spreadsheets and things like that, if that's the kind of stuff that you're into. But that's pretty much it for today's video. If you guys liked it, let me know in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks again.